Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom introduced several new dinosaurs to this now legendary film series, with animals like Baryonyx, Carnotaurus, and Sinoceratops sharing the screen with franchise veterans Velociraptor and T-Rex. Among these new dinosaurs was the genetically modified hybrid known as the Indoraptor. It goes without saying that this new creation was not a living dinosaur and was actually something Dr. Wu created himself in that laboratory underneath the Lockwood Manor. That being said, it is actually stated in the film that this Indoraptor is in fact a prototype, and a creature that has not yet been properly refined to the degree wherein it would be ready to be sold on the market. What the animal lacked was an adequate level of obedience that its handlers would need in order to manage its ravenous, bloodthirsty nature. This is explained quickly in the movie once it's revealed why Blue was taken off of Isla Nublar during the first act. You see, this Indoraptor was ultimately nothing more than a test run that was simply made to wet the whistles of any future buyers the Lockwood estate may try to sell to. All future Indoraptors were going to be created with the DNA of Blue for the added effect of her modified genome helping with temperament. This is because Blue is a very different velociraptor compared to not only her siblings, but also every other raptor that we've previously seen in the franchise. Her DNA has been modified in a way for her to actually demonstrate far greater levels of empathy and compassion than that of Jurassic Park's older models. The plan was ultimately to let these new raptors be bred and raised to some degree by Grady's captive raptor until they were old enough to be sold at a future auction. The argument that Henry Wu has with Eli Mills during the middle of the movie actually sheds light on something that became a focal point of Michael Crichton's second book. Here, Wu explains that the Indoraptor needs to be recreated and must evolve into its next iteration for it to be a true work of art. What the animal needs is a mother. Without any parental guidance to help show it how to act and behave, the dinosaur would never be as satisfactory as it could be. Social behavior amongst dinosaurs, and specifically amongst velociraptors, is something that Sarah Harding, Ian Malcolm, and Richard Levine observe in The Lost World during their research on Sorna. It is here where they witness the overtly cruel and terrible nature of the animals during one of their hunts. Many of the infant and juvenile specimens can be seen covered in facial scarring that they'd gotten from the other members of their pack. Upon eating a newly downed animal, the adults would push the babies out of the way and snap at any raptors that were unfortunate enough to try and eat next to them. Malcolm deduces that the reason the animals act so violently toward one another happens to be because they aren't actual living representations of authentic dinosaurs. None of these clones were ever taught social behavior from an authority figure that used to exist 65 million years ago. And because they don't have any real parental guidance, they instead became vicious, cutthroat monsters instead of normal wild animals. We can see this behavior play out briefly in the film adaptation of The Lost World Jurassic Park, but the movie doesn't give any context as to why this fight is actually happening. Furthermore, the original Jurassic Park introduced the idea of raptors killing each other through Robert Muldoon's early dialogue, so all of the Indoraptor behavior in Fallen Kingdom can be traced back to more places than just Crichton's second novel. Ultimately, the future Indoraptors would require Blue's modified DNA and experience her empathetic temperament for Dr. Wu's project to be defined as a, quote, work of art. Now that we've talked about all of that, what do you guys think about the social behavior of Fallen Kingdom's Indoraptor? How deadly do you think the animal would be if it was 100% completed? And what is your personal favorite scene featuring the hybrid? For me, it's definitely the moment that woman screams inside of the elevator luring the dinosaur in for the kills. The animal drops Whatley during that sequence, and you can see that Ken is covered in blood and has been ripped into really badly. It almost looks like one of his calves got ripped off the bone for a split second, but I can't really tell for sure what happened to him during that gruesome attack. Whatever it was, definitely did not feel good. Now, before I go, I want to thank my game wardens, as well as all of my InGen executives like Andy Lucas. I'd also like to thank my park workers and InGen hunters as well. Words can't really express how awesome it is to have you guys help me build this thing up, and I seriously am extremely thankful for every ounce of support that you've shown me. Honestly guys, it means the world. Now, I'd like to thank you all for watching this video, and hope that you all enjoyed today's content. If you feel like I deserve it, I'd appreciate the like and hope that you'll consider subscribing if you're interested in hearing from me again. I'll see you all in the next video, guys. And as always, take it easy.